I'm really enjoying this part of the workshop, the part where we don't just work on ourselves as artists, but in the bigger picture of who we are as people. So I took some time to write down my non-productive habits, and in general, actually journaling is a productive habit, but not one of the ones we're going to be talking about today. Number one is doom scrolling. And I don't know if all of you have heard of doom scrolling, but it's just like going through, I guess, endless like cycles of bad news and that feeling of doom growing inside you. For me, actually, it's doom scrolling, yes, and all the kind of negative cycles of news, especially in this last year, but also just anything with an endless scroll. So Instagram, Reddit, Facebook, just spending more than like 3 minutes, honestly, on any of that just becomes a huge time suck and is not really the way I want to be spending my time. A much more productive way to actually take a break, a few minutes away from whatever I'm working on, is to take care of my houseplants. I love plants, and when I first was looking for work after I transitioned to software engineering, and it was several months worth of job searching, getting plants and waking up to those like house plants in my room every day gave me something to do, something to take care of. And they are living beings and they require care. And they also just make you happy. So this is like Purple-oxalis butterfly plant. This is prayer plant, Maranta leuconura, and there's so many varieties. I can cut off a node and make more plants for friends. I got into ceramics, made this pot, really weird kind of 3-legged little stool pot, because I was inspired by I want bespoke pots for my plants, and I've got like the very infamous Pilea, and probably about 100 more throughout my house. So if you're in the Bay Area, hit me up and I will give you some cuttings. But yeah, very fulfilling, happy productive way to spend that time. Number 2 would be going to bed late. I might not be a morning person, but I like working in natural light, and I like working in the daytime. And my body honestly just feels better when I'm aligned with like natural rhythms. So the productive habit that I would place that with would be going to bed earlier, and by early I would mean anything like ideally by 11 p.m., not later than that. And getting in my 8 hours, starting the day at 7, sounds great. Lastly, we have procrastination. And I think a lot of times for me that's disguised as something productive, like, oh, I'm learning by spending 20 minutes on this Wikipedia article about Dutch rabbits, when actually I, need to be working on coding something or drawing something. Something I'd like to do instead is do more coding in my free time. That's how I got interested in changing careers. I would do things with Arduino and actually build things from scratch, like a website or an app, because technology and libraries are constantly changing, and I'm literally making something and being productive, and that makes me feel good.